on where we were in the story. Flint and steel, and stooped down to singe Shere Khan's whiskers. Most native hunters always singe a tiger's whiskers to prevent his ghost from hunting them. Said Mowgli half to himself as he ripped back the skin of a forepaw. So thou wilt take the hide to Kwanhiwara for the reward, perhaps give me 1 rupee? Now it is in my mind that I need the skin for my own use. Hey, old man, take away that fire. What talk is this to the chief hunter of the village? Thy luck and the stupidity of thy buffaloes have helped thee to kill this kill. The tiger has just fed, or he would have gone 20 miles by this time. Thou canst not even skin him properly, little beggar brat. And forsooth I, Buldeo, must be told not to singe his whiskers. Mowgli, I will not give thee 1 anna of the reward, but only a very big beating. Leave the carcass. By the bull that bought me, said Mowgli, who was trying to get at the shoulder, must I stay babbling to an old ape all noon? Hear, Akela, this man plagues me. Buldeo, who was still stooping over Shere Khan's head, found himself sprawling on the grass with a grey wolf standing over him, while Mowgli went on skinning, as though he were alone in all India. Yes, he said between his teeth, thou art altogether right, Buldeo. Thou wilt never give me 1 anna of the reward. There is an old war between this lame tiger and myself, a very old war, and I have won. To do Buldeo justice, if he had been 10 years younger, he would have taken his chance with Akela, had he met the wolf in the woods. But a wolf who obeyed the orders of this boy, who had private wars with man-eating tigers, was not a common animal. It was sorcery, magic of the worst kind, thought Buldeo, and he wondered whether the amulet round his neck would protect him. He lay as still, expecting every minute to see Mowgli turn into a tiger too. Maharaj, great king, he said at last in a husky whisper. Yes, said Mowgli, without turning his head, chuckling a little. I am an old man. I do not know that thou wast anything more than a herd boy. May I rise up and go away, or will thy servant tear me to pieces? Go, and peace go with thee. Only another time, do not meddle with my game. Let him go, Akela. Buldeo hobbled away to the village as fast as he could, looking back over his shoulder in case Mowgli should change into something terrible. When he got to the village, he told a tale of magic and enchantment and sorcery that made the priest very grave. Mowgli went on with his work, but it was nearly twilight before he and the wolves had drawn the great gay skin clear of the body. Now we must hide this and take the buffaloes home. Help me to herd them, Akela. The herd rounded up in the misty twilight, and when they got near the village, Mowgli saw lights, and he heard the conchs and bells blowing and banging. Half the village seemed to be waiting for him by the gate. That is because I have killed Shere Khan, he said to himself. But a shower of stones whistled about his ears, and the villagers shouted, Sorcerer, wolf sprat, jungle demon, go away. Get hence quickly, or the priest will turn thee into a wolf again. Shoot, Buldeo, shoot. The old tower musket went off with a bang, and a young buffalo bellowed in pain. More sorcery, shouted the villagers. He can turn bullets. Buldeo, that was thy buffalo. Now what is this? Said Mowgli, bewildered, as the stones flew thicker. They are not unlike the pack. These brothers of thine, said Akela, sitting down composedly. It is in my head that if bullets mean anything, they would cast thee out. Wolf's cub, go away, shouted the priest, waving a sprig of the sacred tulsi plant. Again, last time it was because I was a man. This time it is because I am a wolf. Let us go, Akela. A woman, it was Messua, ran across to the herd and cried, O my son, my son. They say thou art a sorcerer, who can turn himself into a beast at will. I do not believe. But go away, or they will kill thee. Buldeo says thou art a wizard. but I know thou hast avenged Nathu's death." "Come back, Messua," shouted the crowd. "Come back, or we will stone thee." Mowgli laughed a little short, ugly laugh, for a stone had hit him in the mouth. "Run back, Messua. This is one of the foolish tales they tell under the big tree at dusk. I have at least paid for thy son's life. Farewell, and run quickly, for I shall send the herd in more swiftly than their brickbats. I am no wizard, Messua. Farewell." Now once more, "Akela," he cried, "bring the herd in." The buffaloes were anxious enough to get to the village. They hardly needed Akela's yell, but charged through the gate like a whirlwind, scattering the crowd right and left. "Keep count," shouted Mowgli scornfully. "Maybe that I have stolen one of them. Keep count, for I will do your herding no more. Fare you well, children of men, and thank you, Messua, that I do not come in with my wolves and hunt you up and down your street." He turned on his heel and walked away with the lone wolf, and he looked up at the stars. He felt happy. No more sleeping in traps for me. "Akela, let us get Shere Khan's skin and go away." "No, we will not hurt the village, for Messua was kind to me." When the moon rose over the plain, making it look all milky, the horrified villagers saw Mowgli, with 2 wolves at his heels and a bundle on his head, trotting away at a steady wolf's trot that eats up the long miles like fire. Then they banged the temple bells and blew the conchs louder than ever. Messua cried, and Buldeo embroidered the story of his adventures in the jungle, till he ended by saying that Akela stood up on his hind legs and talked like a man. The moon was just going down when Mowgli and the 2 wolves came to the hill of the Council Rock. They stopped at Mother Wolf's cave. "They have cast me out from the Man Pack, Mother," said Mowgli, "but I come with the hide of Shere Khan to keep my word." Mother Wolf walked stiffly from the cave with the cubs behind her, and her eyes glowed as she saw the skin. "I told him on that day when he crammed his head and shoulders into this cave, hunting for thy life, little frog, I told him that the hunter would be the hunted, and it is well done." "Little brother, it is well done," said a deep voice in the thicket. "We were lonely in the jungle without thee," and Bagheera came running to Mowgli's bare feet. They clambered up the Council Rock together, and Mowgli spread the skin on the flat stone where Akela used to sit, and pegged it down with 4 slivers of bamboo. And Akela lay down upon it, and called the old call to the council, "Look, look well, O wolves," exactly as he had called when Mowgli was first brought there. Ever since Akela had been deposed, the pack had been without a leader, hunting and fighting at their own pleasure, but they answered the call from habit, and some of them were lame from the traps they had fallen into, and some limped from shot wounds, and some were mangy from eating bad food, and many were missing, but they came to the Council Rock, all that were left of them, and saw Shere Khan's striped hide on the rock, and the huge claws dangling at the end of the empty dangling feet. It was then that Mowgli made up a song without any rhymes, a song that came up into his throat all by itself, and he shouted it aloud, leaping up and down on the rattling skin, and beating time with his heels till he had no more breath left, while Grey Brother and Akela howled between the verses. "Look well, O wolves, I have kept my word," said Mowgli when he had finished. And the wolves bayed yes, and one tattered wolf howled, "Lead us again, O Akela, lead us again, O Man-cub, for we be sick of this lawlessness, and we would be the free people once more." "Nay," purred Bagheera, "that may not be. When you are full fed, and madness may come upon you again, not for nothing ye are called the free people. Ye fought for freedom, and it is yours. Eat it, O wolves." "Man-pack and wolf-pack have cast me out," said Mowgli. "Now I will hunt alone in the jungle." "And we will hunt with thee," said the 4 cubs. So Mowgli went away and hunted with the 4 cubs in the jungle from that day on. But he was not always alone, because years afterwards He became a man and married, but that is a story for grown-ups. And that's the end of the chapter, so that's where I'll end today.